Kate and with Kevin, and Kevin to the Mail. It's incredible wording in this report saying using drugs is like eating junk food or having a bit of a gamble. I'm a bit surprised by this.
As a parent, you know, you really look to the papers to take a lead and to help you when you're giving your children guidance, and this just really doesn't help. I have friends that have, in the past, have used cannabis, and then you hit a steady decline of just no enthusiasm, no drive for anything. And cannabis as a healing property works. Cannabis for recreational use doesn't work. Stop putting it in the papers and stop making teenagers talk about it now and say, oh, it's cool. They said in the paper that it's OK for us, we can go and smoke weed. Not cool.
But isn't the argument that having it criminalised actually encourages that subculture and encourages kids to do it because it's something they really shouldn't be doing?
Right. It encourages a subculture, yes, and it makes it so a small minority. But if you put it out into the fore, then everyone's going to be doing it, which makes it more prevalent, like alcohol, like junk food. Is that what we want? And the answer for me is definitely not. I don't want my children to be exposed to the fact that it's OK to smoke and to do that, because then if you move that on, the next thing is then cocaine will move up a gear. And it just can't happen.
But as a parent, can't you tackle it in the same way that you will be encouraging your kids when they're old enough to not to smoke, not to drink too much, and would you just tie it into the same bundle of things that you're trying to teach them as values?
How big a bundle do you want me to tie into my children? Do you see what I mean? I'm doing my job. I'm guiding them with the fitness, with how they are, with social skills, with bullying, with junk food. And now you want me to you're going to give them drugs and then tell me to help. I've got to stop them from doing it. No. No.
And actually, the message you send out, if they then do change it and say that it's not legal anymore, the message you're sending out is it's OK, isn't it? That it's almost sort of saying to people, giving them a licence to go and do that.
And to say, you know, oh, well, if you're socialising with your friends and it's OK, a bit like smoking, no, for me, it's never going to be OK.
Well, let us know what you think about this one. The government said it's not going to change its policy on this, despite the report. At Sky Stephen, at Sky Charlotte, it'd be good to get your views on that one this morning. Middle class, Kate? Are we all middle class these days?
Isn't this a sensational picture? Obviously, if you are thinking you're middle class, maybe you just want to look at this picture and do a sanity check against it. You know, is this me on an evening getting ready? But yeah, I just thought I'd do a quick test actually, Stephen. So, you know, what you're doing. Would you say that you watch The X Factor every weekend, or would you say I sometimes watch it for a laugh?
Oh, I never watch it.
Oh, OK, well, you don't fit
Never
either then.
No.
Obviously, you're not even middle class, darling. You're just
I'm
kind
not.
of below it. Or drinking a whole bottle of Merlot, or enjoying just a glass. And this is the difference, apparently, what you're doing and what you actually say you're doing. And if you say you're doing something that's less cheap or common, then obviously that's the test for being middle class.
Do you know, and do you know the thing for me is...
It's very hard to do this with a Yorkshire accent all the way through, by the way.
Just do what you want. Do you see what I mean? If you want to watch the X Factor and dip into it, then great.
Wouldn't
if you want
it be
to drink
so sad if you just turned around to
Merlot,
someone and said you could only have a glass of it? I've just had the glass. I've just had the glass.
Just the one glass.
Dear.
well, I don't drink alcohol, but if I chose to drink it, no one's going to dictate to me how much I drink. And if you don't like it, then look away.
Yeah.
Oh, be who you are, I guess. We're almost out of time. 15 seconds, Kevin. Jackie, she does a bit of yoga.
I do every Friday.
You need to follow the Rod Stewart example.
I do.
See, I go to Bikram, and it's really funny. I picked this story because I go to Bikram yoga, which is a hot yoga. You get in there and you sweat. And yesterday I was in there, and you hit the position, you bend forward, and all of a sudden I was like that. Whoa, can't balance. And I read this story about Rod Stewart in the 90s trying yoga and actually injuring himself from falling over, and
just
that's
can't
kind
imagine
of
it.
I was like, oh, how silly. But then I thought, well, no, yesterday, Kev, you were on a bit of a wobble yesterday. So sometimes you do hit those positions. You think this is not happening for me today.
Yoga's hard. Yeah, I come out of yoga in kind of agony and pain, and the next day I really
If you're doing it properly, then it should. Yeah.
But you feel so much better for it, don't you?
You do. People think it's just like a few odd stretches and a bit of relaxation, and it's just so not.
No, 26 positions, opens out your body.
I've never done it, and I'm not. Tell you what, I'm not going to start.
Is this not tempting you?
It's not tempting me, no. See you both in an hour.
Yep.
Look forward to that.